They called him nobody, at least, that's what the world saw. No badge. No weapon. Just an ex-soldier trying to raise his daughter alone after war took his wife and life stripped him of everything else. But on a humid summer evening, in the span of just 26 seconds, he became a hero. Not for medals. Not for glory. For something far greater, a child he didn't even know. Before we dive in, if this story touches you, moves you, makes you believe again in silent heroes walking among us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because stories like these deserve to be heard. They might just remind someone to stand tall again. Jacob Cole never wanted recognition. After 3 tours overseas, medals didn't mean much, they couldn't hold your hand through nightmares, couldn't stop the screams at 3 a.m. After returning to the States, Jacob settled in a quiet, lower-middle-class neighborhood in Arkansas, where the only war he faced now was packing lunch for his 5-year-old daughter, Lily, and convincing her to wear both socks. Every morning he walked her to the bus stop, waved, and watched her tiny frame disappear behind the glass window. That daily routine was sacred. It gave him purpose. But on the day that changed everything, he missed the bus stop. He was late because Lily had a nightmare. She woke up crying, whispering, "Monsters, Daddy, monsters," the kind no parent can see but every parent tries to fight. By the time he got her dressed and fed, the bus had already gone. Southwest HE offered to drive her. That detour, 5 minutes off his normal route, would put him in front of a quiet liquor store, right as 6 armed men walked in. Jacob didn't see them at first. He only noticed the boy, maybe 8 or 9, standing outside barefoot, crying. One of the men had thrown him out and locked the door. The boy's face was bruised. His shirt, torn. Jacob's instinct screamed louder than logic. He parked, told Lily to stay, and approached. That's when he saw the first flash, a pistol. 6 men. 1 child inside. A robbery. No, worse. A custody grab gone violently wrong. The child, Amir, had been living with his foster mother who owned the store. His biological father, recently released from prison, had returned with 5 friends, not to visit, but to take. No one called the cops. No one had time. Everything happened fast. Jacob walked in, empty hands raised. "Hey, easy. No one needs to get hurt." They laughed. One lifted a bottle, mocking. "What's a soccer dad gonna do? Throw juice boxes at us?" But Jacob wasn't there to joke. He read the room, the angles, the weak links, the body language. 20 seconds. 1 man near the counter, distracted. Another near the boy, agitated. The rest spread out but unfocused, overconfident. What happened next wasn't chaos. It was controlled storm. 26 seconds. A blur of muscle memory, broken bottles, and pure instinct. Jacob moved with the precision of someone who had nothing left to lose except a child's life. He disarmed the first man by snapping his wrist against the countertop. The second rushed him. Jacob used the weight against him, slammed him into a rack of potato chips. Third, a punch to the neck. The fourth fired a shot, missed. Jacob ducked, rolled, and swept his legs. Fifth ran. Sixth tried to use the kid as a shield. Jacob froze. This moment wasn't in any manual. It was in his heart. "Let him go," Jacob said, his voice steady but shaking. And for a brief second, the kind that changes lives, the men hesitated. That was enough. Jacob surged forward, grabbed Amir, pulled him down as the men fired. The bullet hit the ceiling. Store alarms blared. Sirens began to wail in the distance. When police arrived, it was over. All 6 men, down. Child, safe. Jacob. Bruised, bleeding, and silent. They called him a hero. The media stormed. Interviews flooded. But Jacob refused them all. He only asked for one thing: don't make this about me. Tell people to look out for each other. That's all. The foster mom, in tears, hugged him. Lily, too young to understand, simply said, "Daddy's a superhero." And maybe, in a world full of noise and fear, we forget that superheroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes, they're just quiet single dads trying to survive. Trying to love. Trying to protect. Jacob went back to his normal life the next day. No badge. No gun. Just school runs and bedtime stories. But that child, Amir, now tells everyone at his new school, "I was saved by a soldier with no gun." Just his heart. If this story touched you, remind yourself, courage doesn't need permission. Stand up. Speak out. Protect what matters. Hit the like button if this reminded you of someone brave in your life. Subscribe to hear more true, powerful stories that don't make the front page, but should. Because sometimes, the world needs fewer headlines, and more heroes like Jacob Cole.